talking about some of my commitments to myself that I've made this year. I have, you could call them resolutions, I guess, or just commitments that I've made to myself, since I never really stick through with my resolutions. So anyway, one of them is I have decided to take up playing tennis. And so right now I'm in sort of my materials gathering, information gathering stage of this plan, and I have been trying to set up a tour for a new gym kind of tennis club to join, and then I've ordered a bunch of clothes and gotten a racket. I ordered some tennis balls and like a little bag. Oh my gosh, the car in front of me is like not paying attention at all. I'm paying more attention. I'm filming myself. So that is in progress, and I've also made a commitment to myself that I'm going to cook more from scratch this year. So my old sourdough starter died, so I made a new sourdough starter a few days ago, and it's starting to get bubbly in there, and so I think I can probably use that in the next couple of days, and hopefully not kill this one. And then I made some ravioli last night. So my first time making pasta. We're gonna have it tonight, so hopefully it's good. They're like Pop-Tarts because I made them way too big. So hopefully that's good. And oh yeah, and my other third commitment to myself is I really want to obviously try again to have a baby this year. So we will still be pursuing that. I'm gonna work with the fertility doctor that I was working with when I got pregnant with Hamilton. When I got pregnant with Hamilton, it literally took 1 month of using a medication called letrozole, which helps you to ovulate if you don't regularly ovulate like me. And so it was amazing because it was like that, and then I did some progesterone supplementation as well, and got pregnant on the first month trying it with him. And unfortunately, that did not end with a living baby in my arms. And so, so we're going to be trying again. But we've already tried that same medication combination once. It didn't work last month. So now, though, it's January, so everything has reset in terms of my insurance. So now we're just waiting for insurance to approve me. And so I will bring you all along for that journey, maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of personal, but why not? Bring you along for that journey as well, and keep you posted on how that goes. So those are my 3 big goals this year. Obviously, get in great shape, play tennis, have a baby, cook from scratch at home. So anyway, get ready to see a lot of cooking, hopefully a lot of tennis, and hopefully, within the next 12 months, we'll hopefully have another baby. We'll see. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Prayers for me. So, anyway, stay tuned. Okay, continuing the vlog in the car as usual. We are having so much done at the house today. It's so busy at the house. My housekeeper's there. She's cleaning. We got a new couch delivered from Costco, and so they delivered that and set it up. And then we're also having a bunch of work done on the HVAC system. They're doing all new ducts, and then they're adding a UV light purifier and cleaning all the coil and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just running now I was taking out all the 2T clothes from William's clothes and storing those. He had 18 to 24 months and 2T still in his clothes, and I've been wanting to get all that out and into storage for a long time. And so I finally got all the 2T stuff out of his clothes, and now I'm moving everything that's 3T that's mixed in with Shepherd's clothes down to be for William, because he's about to turn 3, and it's starting to get kind of tight, the 2T clothes on him. And so I sorted through all that. Now I'm just running up to the bank to get some cash to pay our housekeeper. But wow, what an exciting day. I'm so excited about the duct stuff. I'm obviously so excited about the couch because we've been wanting like a new, more comfortable couch. We bought the one that we had secondhand, and it was fine, but it was kind of like short, and so it didn't have a lot of back support for Jeff, and it was definitely like very well loved, but it fit our house for a while. I'm a little nervous that this couch is gonna be like a little bit too big, but that's okay. And so I'm excited about the couch, but I'm super excited about the ducts and the UV purification that they're putting in, because I really feel like despite everything we've done to keep the house like from growing mold, they're just like, I feel like there's spores in the air. Like you really just can't avoid it living in Houston because it's so humid for most of the year. And then also like these old houses have just seen so much over the years in terms of like moisture entry and stuff, and our house is like 70 years old. And so I have often felt like when we've been away for a while and come back, that like I could smell that the air in the house was like a little bit more musty than than like pure. And I feel like especially me and Shepherd obviously have a huge sensitivity to mold. I think Jeff also has some sensitivity to mold. William has some. But Shepherd obviously had a neurological thing. Like I get so sick when we, what was it? I honestly can't remember. Like we had to, oh no, I remember what it was. We had this result repaired afterwards. So like the boys' bathroom backs up to a closet, and in that closet at one point, like the previous owners remodeled the bathroom, and back in the day I guess tubs were a lot smaller, and they like paved underneath them and it like fit the tub, and now tubs are bigger, and so they put in a new tub, and it was too big for the amount of like paved space underneath it or whatever. So there was like just exposed dirt and moisture under the house. I think I'm not really clear on the specifics obviously, but anyway, it led to that closet getting a bunch of mold in there, and so we threw away everything that was in that closet and we sealed it up really well, and like they paved the rest of the like whatever under the tub. Basically there was like a little entryway, and then we closed that up, that entryway, that little door, and sealed it up really good. So we haven't had any mold issues in there since. But when we were throwing out all of the stuff that was in there and like old clothes and that kind of thing, I like the mold was so strong that I like started throwing up. Like I physically couldn't breathe, and I threw up multiple times, and my eyes turned like bright red, and I was just really reacting to it, and I was sick. I felt sick for like days afterward. And so I think like they say once you've had a mold exposure and gotten sick from it, you're more likely to get sick from future exposures. And obviously this house that we rented like years ago had really bad mold problems, and that's why we moved out. And that's also what caused Shepherd's neurological issue. He had a 6th nerve palsy, which is basically the nerve that makes your left eye turn outward, stopped working. It was still like intact and there was no sign of like damage or anything. It just like stopped working. And the doctors will not like admit that it was because of the mold, but we lived in the house for exactly 3 months, and then it happened, and then I just like had this like mother's intuition that it was due to mold. And so we got back to the house after checking out of the hospital. Jeff went inside. I said like check the vents for mold when we get home, and he did, and it was all throughout the house, and it was like we had a mold inspection done. It was we didn't go back into the house ever again, me and the boys, and Jeff didn't go back after like he discovered the mold, and we had a mold inspection done, and it was like extremely problematic, the amount of mold that was in the house. And then 3 months, so we moved in with my parents while we figured out like where we were gonna live after that, and literally 3 months later, almost exactly like the same number of days that he had been in the mold house, being out of the mold house, his eye just fixed itself. And so And doctors have no other like explanation that it could have been. They ruled it idiopathic. They told us he probably had brain cancer. He had to get an MRI. They told us he might have leukemia. So they had to do a bunch of blood tests. And then they were like, did he have a trauma to his head? And I was like, I mean, maybe he like fell down at his school, but nothing that, you know, nothing that I'm aware of. And they were like, no, this would be like a metal baseball bat to the head kind of thing. And I was like, okay, well, definitely not that. Like, I would have been told about that if something like that happened at school, and like obviously didn't happen at home. And he also didn't have like a very strong virus or anything like that. They said that a strong virus could have caused it, but there was nothing like that. Like, he just had a runny nose. But he wasn't like super sick, never had a fever or anything like that. And so I think the runny nose was because of the mold. Jeff was having migraine headaches like every single day. And I was in the late stages of pregnancy, and like it was all during COVID too, and I was literally like sick all the time, but I knew I didn't have COVID because I kept getting tested, and all my tests were negative, but I had to basically like pretend I didn't have a runny nose to go to my doctor's appointments. And then just felt awful. And then obviously William, we had an air purifier because he was a baby, and like I don't remember like why, but I think Jeff's grandpa gave us this air purifier, and we put it right next to William's bed, and like I think it was such a godsend because he was fine, and he was a brand new newborn baby for a couple weeks in that house. So anyway, I'm just thrilled that this house is going to be even cleaner. The air will be even more pure. That has been like the last thing that I've been like kind of worried about is the ducts, because they're pretty old. So getting them all replaced, having the UV filter in there will be wonderful. And hopefully it'll help us like with some of our ongoing health challenges. Okay, so update. Sorry if you hear the kitchen fan going behind me. It's middle of dinner time, or the middle of me making dinner right now. Update. I went to the fertility doctor today. I've been on birth control pills for the past like 10 days because they wanted to suppress my hormones, I guess, or like, you know, not let like my cycle start so that we wouldn't lose a month while we were waiting on insurance to clear us. And insurance last year didn't require prior authorization, but like I guess they had to like again like check with the insurance that they don't require prior authorization for treatment. They do for meds, and so we got that done as well. The meds are now all cleared and ordered, and I'm like cleared for treatment, so it's all good from that perspective. Sorry, somebody just ran by my house and I freaked out because I didn't know who was in front of my house, and I have like an eyelash in my eye. What's going on in there? I don't know. So anyway, I'm all cleared for treatment, and I did my baseline again this morning. They did an ultrasound. Everything looks quiet. I have like one follicle on each side that's bigger than the others, but it's like 6 millimeters and 7 millimeters on each side, like one and one. So that's obviously like super quiet. Lining looks super thin, so everything basically looks really good to go, and all my hormone numbers are very low on blood tests. So we're starting later this week with a medicated cycle. I'm going to start taking the letrozole and obviously stop taking the birth control. And then my next appointment will be a week from this Friday, which is the first day I'm taking the letrozole. And so they're going to see like how I respond to that, and then make a plan after that on like how we go forward with the rest of this cycle. But anyway, so that's the update on that.
Nothing. I don't want to go to Home Depot. Thank you for asking. I love you. Hey, dogs.
Okay, so here we have the bacon, apple, cheddar, Gouda, rosemary, thyme biscuits with everything seasoning on top. And then here is the blueberry lemon loaf. I think they're both looking gorgeous. I have some already in the box here to go to Bible study tomorrow, and then I'll wait until these cool off a little more because I burned my hands when I was putting them on the cooling rack. Checking to see how I've been responding to it. So it looks like I have like one follicle on my right side, so we will see. They're going to do my labs and then call me back later and kind of tell me how to proceed. But anyway, that's kind of like how it's been going the past couple of times we've taken it. So I was hoping for more than that, but like you know, I guess it makes sense that you would like respond to it the same way every time. So anyway, that being said, it has been a crazy month. Obviously we had the snow day, and then we had school was out for those days, and so finally the boys went back to school like starting yesterday, but William doesn't have school on Thursdays, so he went back today. So both of them are at school today. It's Friday. I'm leaving today to go to College Station for a fundraiser event with my mom, and so we'll be doing that this weekend. So Jeff and the kids are gonna have a boys weekend. Why is it not turning down? Okay, so I realized, and sorry I'm like breaking out, I realized I never vlog. I just like film random stuff. I don't actually like vlog and pick up the camera. So that being said, I wanted to close out my January vlog. It has been not that eventful of a month, honestly. I still don't know if the fertility medication worked, so maybe that's part of the February vlog. I don't know. But we will find out here in about 2 weeks-ish, like a little less than 2 weeks. And or maybe I guess 1 week. Anyway, so I am back at work. This was my first week back at work. It was fine. I got pulled onto something almost immediately, so that's good. It's been keeping me busy, and next week should be really good, but it's all like very exciting stuff. It's like, how do we employ AI with a lot of my clients? So I'm really excited about that, and it should be really interesting to work on. And then tomorrow we're gonna go join a new gym. We're gonna be starting tennis tomorrow, February 1st, and what else? Yeah, hopefully in about a little over a week, finding out if we are gonna have another baby. So we will see about that, fingers crossed. And what else is going on? Tennis, back to work. Jeff's got all these professional things he's working on and chasing right now, so that's all very interesting. So, but no meaningful updates on that yet. And the boys are doing great, as always, growing so fast, and they're hilarious and so sweet and silly. So anyway, I will catch you in, maybe I'll do like a monthly vlog from now on. I don't know. I don't want to commit to anything because I'm such a like erratic vlogger, but we'll see. I'll definitely do something eventually. So I'll make another video eventually. I'll see you in the next one, I guess.